What a joy to have you this 15 last minutes of this mega session. Yes, my name is Magdalena Tafvelin Heldner and I work at the National Museum of Science and Technology in Stockholm. And nowadays I work pretty much with a project about medical technologies and artificial limbs and prosthesis and cyber and things like that. And we hope that this is going to be an European cooperation. So if anybody here have some ideas and want to join us, so we can talk a little bit more about that afterwards. But now let's go back in history a little bit. First, some facts about the museum. We have about 280,000 visitors the last time that we counted. And the main part is children or youngsters. It's about 73% families, and they stay rather long. And we have also made this research that say that the visitors are quite content. 78% are very, very content. For many years we were an ordinary technical museum, and the inspiration came from Germany, from Deutsches Museum. We had this machine hall and a lot of traditional exhibitions. But some years ago we were rethinking and wanted to do something new. So what we wanted to do is to make the museum to be the place for every little genius. And we want these little genius interested in innovations and technology. And the little genius is might be like 4 years old, but is also maybe an adult sometimes. Depends on what you think of yourself. We're going to do a great exhibition to start this new way of taking a new position and revitalize the museum. And this exhibition, 100 Innovations, was one of the first projects we made. We also wanted to involve the audience in a new way. We have done a lot of exhibitions about innovators and inventions during the years, but we have always been the experts. So why innovations again? Yes, we are a small nation, but we have great ideas. Maybe that's a little bit like this, but we have a long track record of innovations, and we are also in the leading innovative country in EU and in different scoreboards. What you can see here is a charger with fuel cells to the left and a needle for surgery in the eyes on the right. And this is technology developed in Sweden. Okay, when we were going to plan this exhibition about the 100 innovations, we wanted really to involve the public and more specific the Swedes. But we got the idea from Great Britain, and it's often like that when you talk about innovations and inventions, that you have the same ideas in several countries. So then we read about this research from Tesco. So they were sort of a forerunner, and they made a presentation on the web. They had made a research for 4,000 of their customers, what they thought were the most important inventions of all time. And it said like cell phone and antibiotics and things like that, but also like tea bag and umbrella and toasted bread and central heating and things that we in Sweden think of is very British. So what is going to happen if you ask the Swedes what they think? So we engaged a market research company and conducted an investigation in November 2010, and it was a nationally representative sample. We had 2 age groups. It was 12-year-olds and also adults between 18 and 74. And totally we asked 2,000 persons. But it's rather complicated, this about innovation. Everybody knows inventions and inventors and things like that, but innovation, that's more abstract. What we said is that innovation is more than an invention. It's a product or a method or a technology that had hit the market and was a success. And this old man, you may be recognizing him. He's one of our icons. This is Mr. Polhem, who was a great inventor a long time ago. Nobody knows him these days. The innovation is also significant that there are many people involved in creating an innovation. It's not only the inventor like Polhem. It's often a team of people that you have to use to hit the market. You have to do the prototype. You have to have the technique. You have the ID. You have to do the marketing and design and everything like that, and of course the money. Back to the survey. When we asked these Swedes, they were very keen to answer the questions, but and it was open questions, so they didn't have to choose from certain innovations. So they just thought about what was the most important. So it was very different answers. Very different answers between adults and children, and we can just have a quick look at the top 10 innovations. Yeah. And you see in the brackets that's representing the other group. So the wheel was in the top for the adults, and it was number 16 for the children, which was quite amazing. Maybe the adult Swedes were saying something that they thought should be in the in the top position, more than what the heart said. Yes, and now I'm going to show you a little small film about how we made this exhibition. It's from the beginning of the project, so we have had a lot of what's happening?
This projector doesn't like Max, it seems. Can you see it there?
Yeah, it liked to be. Can you?
Remember how you did it?
No.
So you started, just close it.
presenting. The exhibition contains architecture, design, and workshop rooms custom-made for educational purposes. There are also integrated experiences such as watch-out solutions, industrial robots, and many more things that can be controlled and interacted with inside of the exhibition. The grand opening was supported by targeted PR, print ads, banners, and a social media campaign containing the voting mechanics. Extensive technical solutions have been built into the exhibition. Thousands of lights, huge screens with both surround and direct sound follows the landscape along with the innovations. Set designers, architects, interior designers, 3D designers, and many more competences have been involved in its shaping. The design encompasses Nordic and Scandinavian architecture with bright colors, natural raw materials, and elaborate designs. The exhibition has been heavily recognized in different media and has welcomed far more than 50,000 visitors after only 3 months. Development of the content for voting continues and has already collected more than 100,000 votes online and its site, with over 1,000 new nominations having been made.
Yes. So it was quite a lot of work. And the take-home message for this exhibition was, of course, to show the most important innovations of all time chosen by the Swedish people. But it was also to show that innovation is an important driving force in society. And we also wanted to say to the audience that we are interested in you. Be creative, you're genius. And everybody can be an innovator. What I thought was the really challenges in this exhibition, it was this take that we have given the audience the control of the exhibition, and we had to stand up to that. It was also a big problem with all this diversity of innovations and how to present the content in an interesting way. We actually did it in 3 levels, one for the small genius, one for the average visitor, and one for the nerds. And we also wanted to have a new and surprising design that you haven't seen in the National Museum of Science and Technology before. And it also was this technical solution, but because the thing was that, as you heard on the film, that every visitor is able to make their votes and change the exhibition every day. So we have this top list that changes several times of the day. Well, of course, we looked in our collections. We have quite a lot of things, but we also found out that there were gaps in the museum's collections, and that was an insight that we have to work with. We had like everyday objects like these toothbrushes and makeup and soft drinks and things. We didn't have that at all. So we had to do a field research project to collect the toothbrushes and describe how you do a toothbrush and things like that. And we also made campaign during the production time to get items and artifacts and things from people and from companies and from organizations and things like that. It was mostly on the web and in social media, but we also worked like this with a simple wanted poster. Yeah. So what did we learn from this exhibition? Yes, it is that innovation is a difficult concept. And also when you work with such a broad target audience that children and adults, they don't agree what's the most important things are. And the participants picked many innovations that the museum hadn't expected. And as I said, that we also discovered that we lacked many important innovations. But we also learned that co-creation and interactivity leads to involvement. We have had a lot of votes and nominations for things that aren't in the exhibition right now. But when you come to the museum, you can make a nomination, but you also have to edit the things before you can put it on signs in the exhibition, because the audience is very creative, if I said so. We also learned that the exhibition has been highly appreciated by the visitors, and we have had very high media value, and we have also rewarded some international awards during this time, so that has been a good thing. But to the next exhibition, it's very important to think of that if you do it like this, working with the audience in the production, we have to do it all in. You have to be true to the audience. And it's also much more than what we have got of the collections. You have to present interesting stories to the audience in their age group, and to show them something interesting that I could reflect in their own lives. And it's also about experience and content. It's not just fun, but it gives you memories, and it improved the experience of the exhibition. And we also have worked with interaction before and during and after the visit, on the web, and with different age groups. And we also have worked beyond the building, of course. So that was my last picture, actually. And if you have the time to do something else than going to this conference, I strongly recommend you to spend some hours in the Tekniska museet when you're in Stockholm.